Most people aren't stuck because they're lazy. It's because they've been lying to themselves and don't even know it. And why is it, we see so many good people that continue to stay stuck? And like they want to change, they try to read the books, they try to do the diets, they try to pray more, hustle more, but they keep falling back in the same old patterns. Maybe you're there. I've been there. I've lost everything quite a few times because of it. It wasn't until I found this three-step system that really got me to stop and pull myself out and put myself on a better path. And I want to share that with you because if you're like me, you're human and you've got some things going on in your life that are just hard to get through, hard to get past. It could be many different things. But that's the whole purpose of this is to figure that out and then make the change. So this three-step system that I have framework, I call it the three R's, and it's recognize, rewrite, and then respond. Recognize, rewrite, respond. Now, the first one, recognize. We're going to break this down. Recognize is you can't heal what you won't reveal, right? There's something going on underneath the surface. There's a reason why we feel the way we feel, that we can continue to make the choices that we make, and to where it makes it feel like possibly we're in Groundhog Day, right? Doing the same thing over and over. And so the first step is actually that honest awareness, like getting to the truth. And you got to slow down and you got to turn on the lights and you got to ask these questions. You got to ask these hard questions like, what's really going on? What fear, lie, or pattern keeps showing up? Like, we have to be able to look at that. We have to be able to really take an honest inventory of what's going on. And then, like, even ask ourselves even harder questions like, am I blaming something else for what's actually inside of me? Is there something I'm doing? Right? We got to figure these things out because if we can't get to the root of it, then we can't move forward. We can't rewrite it because then we don't know what the narrative is. We have to understand what the narrative is to be able to rewrite it, right? And this takes courage. But once you see it, you can change it. And that's the beauty of it, right? So when we recognize it, now, once we can get it recognized and we can call it out for what it is and we can see it and we can really pay attention to the patterns that are going on. So now, backing up actually on this, a lot of the times it's a lie because we've allowed something in our past, we've allowed some fear, something to dictate to us of who we are as a person. As a mentor of mine would say, Myron, it's a lie identity. We believe the lie identity that we are who we are based upon the circumstances that have happened to us in the past or the things that we've been through. And it's just not true. So once we can recognize that lie, it's time to replace it with truth. And this is where we can rewrite the story. This is where we start putting it into action. See, the story you're telling yourself shapes everything. It shapes who you are. And that's what becomes your identity. Okay? If your inner story says, like, I'm not good enough, or I'm always screwing things up, or I'll never change, see, then your behavior is going to follow that. It's going to follow those things that you're saying. So now shift that lie to truth, right? Change those things around. I am good enough. I can do things without messing it up. I can change. It seems so simple and we hear it all the time, yet, but for some reason, it becomes so hard because we fall back into the same patterns. That's contrary to what we've believed before. And so, what we've believed, what our subconscious has put in, we've fallen back on that. And so, that's why we have to pay attention. I mean, to rewrite means we have to do it again, start over, redo it, change that mindset. And it can be rewritten. See, when your story changes, that's when your life begins to change. So we have to get to that point where we can start to rewrite the story and believe the new identity, not the light identity, but the new identity. And then we can start becoming the person that we want to be. We start telling ourselves a story where we're capable, we're resilient, we're worth the effort. Not because it sounds nice, no, because it's actually true. So once we recognize, rewrite, and then we get to a point of response, respond. Okay. Here's the shift. Here comes the true shift into becoming who we want to be. And I say want to be is because it's limitless once you get to this point of who you can become. Because now you can put your mind to anything and do anything that you can ever imagine. This is where the dreams start to happen. And this is where I want to see you go. It's not just about what you believe now, it's about how you act because of what you believe. See, when you start to believe that yourself as a better person, somebody that's capable, somebody that can do these things, that mindset shift is now you can put into action to become those things and not be held back by any barriers or lies that have been placed there before. Because we're past that now. We're going down a new road. This is somebody that is brand new, who's fresh, who is living with purpose now. So it's not just, this is where you take aligned, consistent actions based upon this new belief. Not to prove your worth, but to walk in it, to walk in your worth. So now ask yourself, like, what would the man or woman who believes this new story do today? You can start thinking in the present tense now of the person that you are, and think about, okay, well, how would I react to this situation today? How would that person who I'm becoming react to what I'm going through right now? Big shift, big mindset shift. How would they show up? Can you see how asking these questions puts you in a better frame, a better mindset, a better path to success? Because now instead of looking back on what we can't change and that identity, that who we thought we were because of those things that no longer exist because they're behind us, but no, looking forward into who we are, who we're becoming, and basing our actions off of that, off of those projections of the person that we want to be. Like, what decisions would I make in this situation as that successful person, as that person that has a lot of confidence? How would my confident self in the future react to the situation now? And if we could start to implement those shifts, then everything changes. Everything changes. We start doing that daily in the small steps, and your life will follow those beliefs. Now, we can go in much deeper into this. It does go deeper. I just wanted to share with you the 3 R's that have helped change my life, and I've seen it help change others. But like, I have this book that I wrote, Ditches Don't Build Dreams. And in this book, it actually goes a little bit deeper into practical steps of how you can implement these things and exercises that will show you how to rewire that mindset and start implementing these habits that will get you to be who you want to be. But the biggest thing is we have to recognize right off the bat. I mean, that's the first step. And in any area of your life, that's the first step, is you have to recognize what's going on before you can change it. And that's where the hard work is. But once we do that, it gets easier, it gets better, because now we can understand who we're meant to be with purpose and the steps to get there. So it's funny, like, so many people wait for motivation, and I like to say this a lot, like, we don't have time for pep talks anymore. The pep talks died out in the locker room back in high school or college or whatever. Like, those were just surface level things just to get you hyped up. These motivational speeches that are out there, ones that say, pull your britches up and lace up your boots and quit being a sissy and get it done. Like, those things don't help at all. We don't need more motivational speeches. We need true action. We need true implementing steps that we can take to begin to put in the work to change. Like that's what it takes. It takes work. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and tell you that it's easy. It's never easy. Nothing new is ever easy, but it gets easier as time goes, right? But when you recognize what's real and you rewrite the story and you respond with aligned actions, you become unstoppable. You get into a frame of mind that you can do whatever you want to do and nobody's going to tell you no. I'm proof of that. 18 plus years of addiction, almost a decade of incarceration, and I broke free from that. Like I lost too many times. But when I understood and figured out this framework, which goes a lot deeper, it does go deeper, and stay tuned because I'll give you guys more insights to this. But just to understand this, the simple 3 steps to get these ones down and understand that's where our starting point is to recognize. And once we recognize that, rewrite it. And then once we rewrite, or we begin to rewrite, then we respond to that. That's where the change happens. That's where we become different. But yeah, you don't need more noise. You just need a framework that works. You need something that's not just surface level anymore. You need something that has steps, things that you can implement, real change, right? Like if I can do it, I know you can do it. Or somebody else that does. And you can show them this video and help them to grasp this concept that change can happen, but here's how, and these are the steps. So if this resonated with you, please drop a fire in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Also, the good stuff like subscribe and follow our notification bell. And stay tuned because I want to see better lives out there. We're living in a world right now that's just uncertain. There's so much chaos going on. There's so much brokenness going on. And a lot of people are lost. So many are lost. And I might be talking to you right now. That's okay. We're not perfect. We struggle. Everybody struggles. And we're going to continue to struggle. Like that never goes away, but we can handle it better. And we can take better steps to combat that and be in a better place. And actually, be in a really good place. So that way when these bad things do happen, it's like nothing. Well, I can't say nothing, but you know what I mean. Like you get into a better place. So, yeah. And if you know somebody else that needs to hear this, please share it with them. Let's keep building this atmosphere of life that breeds purpose and success and confidence. Let's get everybody to that point. Everybody deserves it. So, again, Ditches Don't Build Dreams. It's on Amazon. If you want to grab a copy, it's tangible. It's got spaces for you to write in it, go through the steps, and start figuring stuff out. Also, too, if you'd follow my podcast, that'd be great. I give so much more there on wellness and mental shifts and all kinds of different things. But I try to tune it, or try to post on there weekly. I'm going to get ready to do another podcast here in a minute. So go check it out. It's Resilient Wellness, founder Chris Bowe. Or you can search the episode that's on right now, which is Wellness Matters. But yeah, and let's connect. If this helped you or whatever, please, let's connect. I would like to walk this path with many of you. I have a coaching program available. It's group coaching. I only have a certain amount of spots available at a time. So I will let you know when I have the link up for the new one that starts up. And let's do this. Let's get you where you need to be. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon.